Hello everyone, my name is Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the rest of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is March 14th, 2023. And the Disbelief Rally has arrived. The Disbelief Rally has arrived, and we can expect big altcoins like Ethereum to 3x in the coming hours. Yes, I said that. 3x in the coming hours. I'm going to talk about why that is. I'm going to look at Ethereum precisely. I'm also going to look at how, in the backdrop of all of this, Bitcoin's doing exactly what we said it was likely to do. So if all that sounds interesting to you, then watch until the very end. Guys, I hope you're all taking advantage of this disbelief rally. When I say disbelief rally, for those of you who do not know, I'm referring to the Psychology of a Market Cycle Wall Street cheat sheet, okay? This is the psychological state of most market participants at so based off of where we are in a market cycle. Okay, when we say market cycle, markets go up and down. They never do only one thing. They go up and down, and between going up and down, they go sideways. Okay, so when you look at this cheat sheet, you can see exactly where we're at. We are here. We are here, right? We're in depression. That's the psychological state that we're in. And that depression leads into a disbelief rally. And that disbelief rally eventually leads into hope, and then optimism, and then belief, and then thrill, and then euphoria. And then the market goes down and starts all over again. But you can see here very clearly, before we go into the disbelief rally, we have a lot of sideways and downwards price action, specifically sideways, okay? Because the downward portion was very clear there. But it's mostly sideways on the higher time frame. That's exactly where we're at. And a lot of people, even a lot of you all who follow the channel, who comment regularly, have no belief in this market, right? A lot of you all tell me directly, hey, Dean, there's no way this is going up. There's no way altcoins are going to do this, that, and the third. That's exactly why they call it a disbelief rally, okay? And so when you look at the market, you look at where we've been and where we're going, you look at altcoins as I've been doing on a higher time frame, you understand, okay, there's some truth to that, because the market has been characterized by a lot of sideways and downwards, slightly downwards price action. It doesn't really make sense that anything else would happen if you don't look at charts. If you're not a chartist, if you're not looking at the chart trends, and you're just looking at the prices, and you're just experiencing your portfolio go down slightly, ever so slightly, little by little, and then up a little bit, and then down a little bit, and up a little bit, and down more, and then sideways more for years, obviously you don't expect much of anything at any point in time. That's why they call it a disbelief rally. I'm looking right now, we're looking at the total 3, meaning all the cryptocurrency assets minus Bitcoin minus Ethereum. So basically looking at altcoins, okay? Now the backdrop of all of this is what? It's Bitcoin putting in a small relief rally, okay? And this is what I was talking about last video. I'm not going to go into this too much because I've already done the analysis on this, but in a nutshell, we're looking at Bitcoin moving up to our target of around 94,300, okay? If not even less, right? We can get as low as 92 or 93, anywhere between 92 and 94.3, okay, in this region. And this is essentially meeting previous resistance, serious, heavy resistance of 100 plus days of this parabolic resistance of the bottom of this 100 plus day channel, right? Once Bitcoin gets here, then prepare for a big drawdown, Bitcoin going down hard and fast to the 65 to 70K region. But before that happens, and I've been saying this for months, altcoin should put in a little disbelief rally, okay? And I say little because there's so much more to come. That's just the beginning, right? If you look at the cheat sheet once again, this is the beginning right here of what then turned into a massive parabolic rally. So when I say ETH can 3x in the coming hours, people think that's amazing. You have to put it into context. In a real bull market, that's nothing given the targets you're likely to experience in a real bull market. And yes, we are going into a real bull market, and the last real bull market we were in, this is a whole nother discussion that we can have later on when we have more time. I can dedicate an entire episode to the high time frame analysis as to why the last actual bull market, based off of, the technical analysis that we experienced in crypto, was 10 years ago in 2015. Not 2020, but 10 years ago in 2015. Okay? And so what we're about to experience is what we experienced if you were around 10 years ago. That's parabolic, exponential gains. Not moving linearly from 3x, 4x, that's nothing. Moving in such a way that your mind even can't calculate it, because again, it's exponential and very few people think exponentially. Most of us think linearly, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, like this. Okay? So in the backdrop of Bitcoin making this move to resistance, you should see altcoins go absolutely crazy for the first time in years. And this is exactly what we're seeing on our Bitcoin dominance chart. Look at this. Okay, I said last episode that you should, when you want to see a reversal and you think a reversal is coming, you should expect this head and shoulders pattern. Okay, and of course I was talking about it in the context, I can show you, we have time. I was talking about it in context of Bitcoin making a reversal and putting in an inverse head and shoulders, as you can see here. Okay, and this inverse head and shoulders is a bullish reversal pattern. Okay, and that breaks out from the neckline, and it usually gives you the height of the head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders pattern, to the target. Okay, and that's always a reversal pattern, and these reversal patterns tend to be characterized by rounded bottoms, rounded extremities. We say rounded features are ends, they're extremities, so that characterizes a bottom. And on the higher time frame, not to digress too much, but you can see rounded features in every extremity on the charts if you look at them closely enough. High, small time frame, it's time frame agnostic. This is a fractal pattern that we see typically when you're putting in an extreme feature. You'll see a rounded feature, and that typically denotes a top or a bottom. So here you have a top on the daily time frame characterized by that rounded feature. All right, back to altcoins, and specifically looking at this Bitcoin dominance chart. You can see here we've put in a rounded feature, a rounded top, a head and shoulders pattern, bearish reversal pattern. And that, my friends, is right at a critical resistance. And that critical resistance, if you don't know this chart, is the following. So if you look on the high time frame at the Bitcoin dominance chart, and the Bitcoin dominance chart, for those of you who don't know, is basically an indicator showing you how Bitcoin is performing against non-Bitcoin assets in the cryptocurrency space that we call altcoins. Okay, so if Bitcoin dominance is going up, typically that means Bitcoin is dominating the market. It's gaining against these other assets in market cap. That usually happens when Bitcoin dumps and altcoins dump even more, or Bitcoin goes up and altcoins don't move. Now, Bitcoin dominance coming down is what we see in a bull market. It's what we see in an alt season. Bitcoin dominance going down means these altcoins are finally gaining against Bitcoin in market cap. Meaning Bitcoin goes up a little or stays relatively stagnant, altcoins start moving. This, what you see here on your screen, is the weekly time frame of the Bitcoin dominance chart, showing a small portion of how Bitcoin has been dominating the cryptocurrency market, going up, whereas altcoins haven't been doing much of anything. This dashed line was support since January of last year. So for over a year, it was support. It broke down in November of last year, came back, and we've been playing around with it. And this is what I'm referring to. So it's many hundred days at this point, precisely 430 days-ish. If you go back on the smaller time frames, you can see we're finally rejecting previous support as new resistance. So we came up, came down, came up, put in a reversal pattern, moved down from it, so rejected from this previous support, and now retested it as new resistance. Every lost support has to be retested as resistance. So that's why on the smaller time frames, I removed it. In doing my analysis last night, I didn't post a video last night, but just my personal analysis, I put in this Fibonacci level. And why did I put a Fibonacci level? Because I said, if this is a rejection of this level and this is an impulse, we should come back to the golden pocket between the 0.5 and the 618 of the previous trend and reject from that. And what do you know? That's exactly what we did. We came back up, rejected almost exactly from the 0.618. Okay, the extreme top of the golden pocket at around 62%. And you can see a swift rejection from there. This should take us to our next logical support. This is confirmation of our read that the disbelief rally is happening. Okay, if this is true and the disbelief rally is not going to happen but is actually happening, then we can expect what I said in the beginning of the video. Something like Ethereum, altcoins are going to go up, and they're going to go up substantially. But we can expect something like Ethereum that hasn't been doing much of anything to 3x. And so I'm going to end the video with analysis on that. All right, so we look at Ethereum on the daily time frame, and you can see for a long while you've been in this small channel, okay? And this is a 500-day channel. So this small channel is actually the right shoulder of a larger inverse head and shoulders bullish reversal pattern, once again a rounded feature on the high time frame. But this is what I want to focus on right here. So you've been in this 500-day channel going up and down, and the top of the channel is $4,000 more or less. The bottom of the channel is relatively even, around 2,000. We dipped a little below 2,000. That's fine. Okay? This first move, I say, would be a 3x, because what we can expect is for the price to move up from the bottom of this 500-day channel all the way to the top and do what the first thing you must do in a channel trade. So if you're making a channel trade and you're eventually looking to leave the channel, say it's a bullish accumulation channel, and you want to leave the channel, the first thing you have to do from the bottom is find your way up to the top of the channel and then retest the middle of the channel as support. So that's one reason why my target for Ethereum is at $6,100. Okay? The second reason is you've had $4,000 as a resistance for 500 plus days. Should you show strength, i.e., herald a bullish impulse or a bullish trend in this asset, you don't want to stop at the top resistance because that's just more of the same. What you want to do is move slightly above the top resistance, showing that yes, you're on the verge of establishing a new bullish trend. A lot of analysts will tell you that the target for Ethereum, if they do espouse the idea that we're in a disbelief rally and we're likely to see upwards momentum in the altcoin space, they'll tell you, a lot of them will tell you 4,000 is the target for Ethereum. That's incorrect. You can't expect continuation of a move by doing the same thing you've been doing. If you hit 4,000 and stop there, you would just keep going sideways. You have to show strength. So that's number two. The third reason, and one can say the most fundamental reason why, you have to go to 6,100 in Ethereum, right? Which, by the way, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, represents from where we're at a 200+% move. 200+% is a 3x. That's where you get your 3x, right? 100% is 2x, 200% is 3x. That's why I'm saying Ethereum, I expect the 3x. So the third and final reason, and the most fundamental reason why you should expect a move to 6,100 and a retracement to 2,800 is because for the past 40 plus days, you've been in this smaller channel, okay? It hasn't been 40 days, it's 36, 38 days, something like that. This has been very clear resistance, right? Around 2,800. And this was your capitulative move on February 2nd. Whatever you do, this legitimate resistance at 2,800 now has to be retested as support. So the move from here to retest 2,800 as support is a move up to 6,100, coming all the way back down to the golden pocket, creating a golden pocket retest at 2,800. This is one such example of the work I do with the portfolio clients, with the consultation and mentorship service clients, right? We go over assets that are likely to produce sustained growth in the bull market, and we go over targets per move. So I'm giving one away here. Ethereum is likely to 3x. My target for Ethereum is around 6,100. My buyback for Ethereum is around 2,800 for those reasons. All right, that's it. I don't want to make this video too long. Enjoy the pump. I think as investors, the best thing to do is to take profit on this move because it's going to come back down for sure. And this is going to be at the same time that Bitcoin makes its big move down to our downside target between 65 and 70K. So given that it's the first rally of altcoin season, it would really, really, really be smart to grab those gains, reinvest, and then start alt season off right. Because we know at this point in time, very few people have good looking portfolios. So that's a rebalance of your portfolio right there. You can start afresh and actually get in the green for the first time in a very long time. Guys, that's it from me. Hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. Like, share, and subscribe if you got value. Consider tipping me by Venmo, Cash App, sending me Litecoin, all at the pinned comment below. And do consider my crypto portfolio mentorship and consultation service also at the pinned comment below. Alright, take care.
While the world spins without me, arrived at the fork in the road, could turn back, repeat the same story, or march forward and embrace change and reflect upon his glory. I'm a selfish man, therein lies the whole problem. Torn between my actions and the will of my heart. I had to take it all apart to see where I stood as a man, to depart from this world and leave it in his hands. Come on.
And it looks like I'm heading for the gold, y'all. Touring on a pothole road, y'all. I get it even if I didn't fit in, winning right up to the end, and like I didn't even know, y'all. I have Pop's genetics, working hard never to get it, like shit or better than letting life get the best of my efforts. Instead I dedicated to bettering my steps, measuring investments, watch me do it to the death, y'all. Run it.